Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Claire and Me podcast.
I'm Claire.
And I'm Jeremy. And together we are...
Claire me.
What?
You didn't say it with me.
You're supposed to join with me. And together we are... Claire and Me.
Yeah, you didn't say it.
I thought I did.
You didn't say it. Do the playback. Me hanging.
Yeah, I did leave you hanging.
Like, I need more support than that.
I give you all the support you need.
But not when we were saying Claire and me together.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I pooped today.
That's not going in the trailer.
Why not? We're not allowed to talk about our poop?
We can.
Then why did I sign up for this if I can't talk about my poop?
We can talk about our poop.
Oh, I just want to talk about poop, pickles, and pierogies.
Well, that can be our today's episode. That's what we can talk about.
Poop, pickles, and pierogies.
Yeah, we can talk about poop, pickles, and...
Poop, pickles, and pierogies. Now say that 3 times fast.
The triple P's. Poop, pickle, Perogies.
No.
Poop, pickles, Perogies. Poop, pickles, Perogies. Poops, pickles, Perogies.
You can't do it.
No. If this is your first time, if this is your first time listening to our podcast, it's all about poop, pickles, and pierogies.
Thank you.
Yeah. So on that topic, if you don't know, there's this app. I don't know how long it's been around, but it's called Poop Map.
And it tracks your poops.
Yeah.
And your friends' poops. And you can compete to see who poops the most.
Yeah. So, I actually started a league with a couple of my friends.
Yeah, I'm surprised more of our friends need to join because there's only like 2 other people. And I need to be competing against more people than that.
Yeah. If you download Poop Map, I will drop the pass. Oh yeah, we'll drop a poop. I'll drop the poop code into the description of this episode so we can join the Claire and Me.
A legion of poopers!
Yeah, legion of poopers. We need you. Let's compete against each other. Who can poop the most? Legit poop the most.
Yeah.
No cheating.
And no holding in your poop and then like going to the toilet and like letting out one little turd and then like sucking it back up there and then like, going doing your business or whatever for a little while and then going back and go. I mean, I don't know if people actually do that, but
I don't know.
I just thought of because I was trying to think of a way how people could cheat.
Saying like, "Oh, I pooped," and then like 5 minutes later, "Oh, I pooped again."
That's just lying.
That is lying. Because let's be real. If you're pooping, there's probably
we're rooting.
Yeah. No, but okay. So this is a great relationship when we openly talk about our poops.
Or you can literally take a dump in front of your partner.
Yes. Not everybody
Not
does.
Not everyone's comfortable with that, and that's fine.
It is.
Not everyone has to be.
Yeah.
So that's,
But yeah,
so not for everyone.
So this app's kind of cool because you can also take pictures of your poops if you want, but please don't.
You can?
Yeah, you can.
I'll wait till I have a good one.
Open up the app. Oh, do you have your phone with you?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's there.
It's right over there. Yeah. So it tracks everywhere you've pooped.
I know.
So in our city, there are now 3 separate places where we've pooped together. So I pooped at work. You've pooped at work.
Yep. And we both pooped at home.
Yep. And so when you're traveling,
I know.
You can drop poops.
You can drop poops all over the world.
It's fantastic.
That was actually when I was younger, like when I was traveling, I tried doing this thing where anyways, it just made me think of it. Where I would, when I traveled somewhere, I'd like flash the city.
You'd flash the city? What?
Yeah, like from a distance. Like I don't mean like go downtown and like strip down flash, but I mean like from the hotel balcony or a wide open window, do like a full body flash.
So you just get
Yeah, I
naked.
flashed several cities across. Yeah.
Oh,
It was just a thing I did for a while. I kind of forgot about it.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Why didn't we do that in England?
I don't know. I haven't done it in a long time. Like, I haven't thought about it.
Let's do that together now. Like whenever we go to a new city, let's go.
Just flash the city.
Yeah, let's go to a hotel, flash the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it from now on.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I actually think that's pretty awesome.
I mean, I thought so too.
I think that's freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
So we will poop in every city and we will flash every
Well,
city.
I hope we poop in every city.
Well, this Christmas when we are going down going down to Arizona,
Yeah.
then we can poop in the RV and say we pooped where no one has pooped before.
Oh, like, because it'll be in the middle of the road.
Yeah. And people looking at the poop map would be like, why is there a random poop in the middle of this street?
I just had to go real bad.
We had to pull over and we had to take a poop right on the road, middle of the road.
Oh. I mean, I peed in the middle of the road.
Yeah. On a road trip?
Yeah?
Like right in the middle of the road?
No, I didn't stand in the middle of the pavement and take a pee. That's dangerous.
It is, but I mean, you gotta live life a little dangerously.
No, I think the worst time was our car broke down in Colorado, and it was winter time.
Yeah.
So cold and snowy, and we were on the side of the road, and I had to pee, and I think it was like a cop or someone like came up to like see how we were doing or whatever, and I was like midstream, so like I still had my pants down, and I was young, so I was like super embarrassed about the whole thing. Yeah. So it was unfortunate.
Yeah, that because like when I was a kid, my mom is a serious driver, so we lived in British Columbia when we had come here to visit the grandparents.
Yeah.
It would always be like, no, we're not stopping. We are traveling it's going to take us, I think it's a day and a half nonstop.
No.
I
think it's about the same distance to Arizona, I think, right? So it should be like a straight 26-hour drive. If you drive pretty straight.
Yeah, it's about, okay, yeah. It's about
a day and 2 hours.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. Anyway, so it wasn't me, it was my brother.
Uh-huh.
And so he had to pee in a bottle.
See, so we did the same thing.
Yeah.
But like it was like we're not like pulling out like off out into like we're not stopping at like a park so like my dad's rule, because he's also like he loves driving.
Yeah.
Right? So like when we were younger, it would be we only stopped for gas.
Oh, okay.
That is it. So if you had to pee in between, you'd pull over the side of the road, but like we weren't going off track at all.
Yeah.
We weren't putting any extra miles on. It was no, we'll pull over here and you can go pee.
Yeah.
But we're not stopping for real unless we need gas.
You said something earlier. You said pee betweens.
Pee betweens?
Or you said pee between.
Pee between?
Or you.
Pee between.
I don't know. You said something, and then I got stuck in my head of like pee betweens.
Pee betweens.
the new chocolate bar. The pee between.
Ew. No, that's gross.
They're like O. Henry's.
Ew. Except for instead of turds, it's like a pile of pee.
No. They are.
Oh no, like two wafers side by side, and in between the wafers
is lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pee betweens.
Pee betweens. Let's market that.
Oh, like Jaffa cakes?
Yeah.
Like have like the two like really creamy biscuits like
Wait,
on
you have
top.
to tell people what Java cakes are. You
Oh,
can't just bring up some random thing and like not tell people what it is.
true. For people who don't know what Jaffa cakes are, they're like these most delicious, amazing like snacks in the UK. They're spent essentially like a sponge biscuit with like orange is the traditional flavor, but there's also other flavors, and then on top is chocolate, and they're the most delicious things ever.
Mm-hmm.
So the P betweens would be biscuit, the the lemon, chocolate, and then put another one on top.
Oh, see, I was thinking more like side by side, not one on top of the other. I was thinking like like you take two like Kit Kat shaped wafers side by side, and in between there's just a stream of
Some lemon. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
lemon, right?
Yeah.
Right, lemon.
Not pea.
No, not
I don't think that would be FDA approved.
no.
Or Canada
I
Health
don't know.
approved. I don't know, whoever does the food safe stuff. Back to the traveling.
Oh yeah,
So, because like you've done a lot of traveling in your life.
yeah,
Tell the listeners,
yeah.
where have you been in the world?
Lots of places. I've been to various places in Canada, less so out east, but a few places out east. And when I mean east, I mean like east of Montreal. And to like probably at least like 30 states. Sorry. Um, probably to at least 30 states, I think.
Mhm.
Some of which probably mostly been just driving through, but like a little stop here and there kind of thing. Uh,
Roadside attractions.
yeah.
Like, okay, so have you actually like stopped at like those corny roadside attractions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
What's your favorite one that you've been to?
I don't know. They're all lame.
Yeah.
Although actually, so my friend and I went on a road trip to Minneapolis,
Yeah.
and that's was like our goal. So we are like, okay, the whole way down, we're gonna stop at all these like crazy places and stuff.
All the roadside
A bunch of
attractions.
them, yeah. So there's this like alien restaurant,
Okay.
I think in Fargo, which is pretty cool. Like the food wasn't really alien like though, it's kind of lame.
That's pretty lame.
But there's also a gas station that was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, which was pretty cool. We stopped and checked that out.
Is that somebody who's really big in the
And
architecture?
he's an architect, yeah.
Okay.
He's like really big in the Americas,
In the
well,
Americas.
the U.S.
Yes.
And a lot of like, so he did a lot of work like in the prairies in the U.S.
Yeah.
and was very much about like designing for the landscape, like where it was situated and stuff, and like not disturbing like the view.
Yeah.
So a lot of his stuff is very stout. I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah, kind of like lower
Yeah.
to the
So
ground.
one of his things is like he'll have very narrow or very short like doorways and entrances and stuff.
Okay.
So you almost have to like crouch down a little bit or at least like kind of come
Huh.
in on yourself a bit to get in, and then you're like opened up into this room and it's part of the experience. Anyways, it's yeah. And he has some really cool stuff. Cool stuff. So
Cool. Anyway, you were going down the road.
yeah, no, that was the roadside attraction.
Okay, that's your most favorite one?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I've kind of always wanted to do those roadside attraction things.
Well, one day we'll go on a road trip.
One day.
One day.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah.
Go to Portland.
Portland, yes.
Yeah.
Go.
We could go to like BC and then go south and
Yeah.
in the States and way back or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Portland, see all the creatures. See if we can find Bigfoot.
Wait, do you believe in that stuff?
Yes and no.
Okay. I mean, I knew you believed in God. I didn't think you believed in other like mythical creatures.
Well, for me it's more of I like the idea, because I know that they're all made up,
Okay.
but like the idea of mythical creatures
Yeah.
like the folklore behind them and the ideas that they might be out there, that whole mystery is kind of neat, and like that stuff intrigues me.
Okay. I mean, I get the folklore and the stories,
Yeah.
but like actually believing them is another thing.
Well, yeah.
You
But
know.
like I'm open to the idea that they're real. I guess that's a more accurate.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I just find that funny coming from someone who like recently like decided they were an atheist, right? I don't know. I let me just. Oh God. Oh God. What?
um okay, but here's the thing. Like there's so much in space. There like how can there like I think there's life on other planets.
I do too. We're not talking about space. We're talking about freaking Bigfoot, like a bipedal, hairy creature who lives in the forest that nobody's ever seen, or some people think they like. No, no, no. That's a totally different level from aliens. Totally different level from aliens.
Yeah?
Yes.
What about like okay, so Mariana's Trench? Like you don't think that there's something down there?
The ocean, I would also say, like, nothing mythical, but I'm
Well,
sure there's creatures down there that we aren't aware of, for sure.
yeah.
Like, we've explored, like, so much more of space than our own ocean.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I just like that idea of mythos, like
Okay.
just like creatures, because like whenever there's movies about creatures, I'm like, yes, I love me some creatures. It's just
Yeah, I mean,
the idea of that there could air quotes could be creatures out there that are like the chupacabra or like the Wendigo, Bigfoot. I just think all that.
no,
Yes, I
no.
love that stuff.
I do too. Like, I like.
I don't think that they're real,
But you're saying that, though. You're. Kate,
but if
you're saying, I don't think that they're real, but I like the idea of believing that they're real. Like,
yeah.
you have to pick a side. You can't just go say one thing and then the next sentence say another. So what is it?
Like I don't believe in them, but
Here's the but. It's a big but.
but the point 0.0000000001%
Uh-huh.
that they might exist.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I think it would be cool for unicorns to exist.
Hey,
Sure. But, like, there's no fucking way they actually do. So, that's, yeah. I mean, of course it'd be cool if mythical creatures existed. But thinking it'd be cool if they existed is different than thinking, yeah, maybe they could exist, because that would be cool. No, no, no. Not the same thing.
no,
No.
no.
No. They don't exist.
I think it's just like this storyteller in my brain that's just like, yes, I want them to be real, so that I don't know. But no, I don't believe.
I don't know if I believe you that you don't believe now that we've had this conversation.
Like I don't think big. But oh, okay. So
Oh,
sorry.
here we go.
So um, there was this show growing up. It was on like YTV.
Uh-huh.
I think it was YTV or it was Discovery, where it was these two children investigators that would investigate like not paranormal, but like creatures and stuff. I can't remember. It was like kind of like Popular Mechanics for kids, but like a TV show. But they went
Oh,
into
not animated.
no, This is an anime.
Oh, okay. Because like this sounds exactly like the premise for and I'm totally blanking on the name right now.
Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, are you talking about Gravity Falls
No.
right now?
No, no,
Because
no, no.
like that's
This is a live
that's
action.
also not real.
No, I know that's not real.
Okay.
But the Bill Cipher statue is real.
Okay.
But anyway, so there was this show. If anybody who's listening to this knows the show that I'm talking about, shoot an email.
Yeah, please let us know so that I can look into this and see how real this is.
But anyway, this is probably the one show as a kid that scarred me, and like to this day is probably the reason why I hate forests at night.
Who doesn't hate forests at night? They're scary as shit.
They are super scary. So the episode was on the skunk ape.
Okay.
Which is essentially Bigfoot,
right?
But swampy Bigfoot. But you smell him from a mile away. Hence the skunk ape.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, there was like these pictures that they showed, and like they had these people talking about their stories. And as a kid, you're super impressionable, so you're like, "Holy fuck, these things actually exist." Fuck. Yeah. And so I don't know. I guess like that like as a child like just has impacted me as an adult, and it's just like,
this is why you believe in these things.
I don't believe in these things, but the imagination goes wild.
What about mermaids? Because I saw a documentary about mermaids on the Discovery Channel or Animal Planet. I think it was on Animal Planet when we were in the States, and it was very believable.
Well, what? I don't believe in this. Okay. It's just my imagination goes wild, and then...
I mean, it was a good documentary. It's like a fake documentary. Like, a lot of people thought it was real.
Oh.
Like, because they made it out to be it was real. Like, they even, like, interviewed...
people?
The people! Like, were in it afterwards. Yeah. And, like, talked to them about, like, the discoveries and stuff. And
yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, what it is because I fill my mind with all these creatures and all these things, that the idea of like my imagination just like takes me away and goes, oh fuck, I'm camping in the middle of the night. What if?
Okay, I do that too. That's why I'm afraid of the dark.
Okay.
Right? Because like, and that's why because like you're really into horror movies and I don't like them, and it's like as long as there aren't creatures, I'm usually fine. But it's when you get into like the mythical and like creatures and like monsters, that kind of thing is the scary stuff. Right? Ghosts, or like any sort of like paranormal kind of shit and like that kind of stuff, gory stuff. Like humans killing other humans, like none of that stuff scares me.
Right? It's just like, when it gets to monsters. Huh. Yeah, like
right, like it.
Yeah.
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Like one look at him and I'm like, okay, I can't watch this movie anymore.
Yeah. As for me, I'm so engrossed and fascinated. I just love monster movies.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. But I mean, that gives me nightmare fuel and makes my brain go, what if?
And we could maybe watch it, and I would have to close my eyes, but then you'd have to let me sleep on the wall side of the bed.
Okay. I'll allow that.
Because I have this thing.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to force you to watch it. I've already watched part 1 and 2, so...
Oh, okay, well. Anyway.
So, I have no need to watch it ever again.
But if you really want to watch a horror movie,
well,
I can sit through it.
Yes. I mean, that was kind of mean. Okay, so there's one night where Claire was actually like, I'm like, I'm feeling like a horror movie. And she's like, yeah, I'll watch a horror movie. What do you want to watch? Oh, anything. You could choose anything.
Yeah, that was my mistake.
That was her mistake, because I'm like,
I was like, anything. And he was even like, anything? And just went, whoosh. And I was like, yeah, anything. That's the night. we attempted watching it, like the new
Chapter
one.
one, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was like, oh, ooh, it's creepy.
I thought it was great. I thought it was a great movie.
I don't like it.
Yeah, because like I watched the like classic, and honestly, I still prefer the classic. But the classic now compared to the newest one, it's just like, oh, the old one is just like so silly.
Yeah. Well, I was even like when I was a kid. So I did go through like a horror movie phase,
Yes.
right? So when I was really young, um, so I guess like we'll say like under 15,
Mhm.
I was terrified of like scary stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like anything, like I was afraid of everything, basically, right? So like definitely no horror movies or anything like that. But then like later in high school, I started getting into horror movies a bit more.
Yeah.
And like I did read Goosebumps as a kid. Not
Hey,
that that's like horror, really, but
well, it's child horror.
it's yeah, right. So I could read Goosebumps. Like I did read
Goosebumps was the
Goosebumps, and I
best.
collect like we have a huge collection of them on our bookcase.
Yeah, and the show Tales from the Crypt Keeper,
Oh
that was
yes,
also
yeah,
fantastic.
yes. But yeah. So when I was a kid at daycare, it was like I think it was like a day off or summer vacation or something.
Mhm.
So we were watching a movie
Uh,
and they put on Gremlins and I could not finish watching it. I was so terrified. And then that night we had a babysitter. So my parents were gone and like I had to like call my parents with the babysitter there because I was so scared of Gremlins. And I've watched it since, of course, and like
yeah.
it's laughable
Oh
now,
yeah.
right? Like it's just so.
But
Yeah,
it
no, it was no.
but it's funny how our minds just like as kids are just so impressionable that it's just like this is the most terrifying
Yeah,
thing. Then we're adults. Wait, this scared me?
but I think part of that too is just like okay, between the year like what 2005 and now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a huge advancement of technology in our lifetime. There's been a huge
Oh yeah.
advancement. So that also affects it, right? Like at the time, the puppets and stuff would have been like pretty cool.
Hmm.
It's like, oh wow, that like looks real or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Whereas now the amount of technology we have and the things that we can make look real
Yeah.
is so different. So that also changes, right? Like
Yeah.
perspective. Like your perspective changes. Not only like yes, I do agree that being a kid changes it for sure, right? Like the
Yes.
way that children's minds work is
Like
I don't even know.
children nowadays was watching like some like somewhat scary stuff. Like I feel sorry for kids who like it's just like they see something that's like CG and like actually like really scary. It's
Mm.
like, huh, I'm glad I grew up with the puppets, even though like
Even though they were terrifying.
yeah, like Aliens,
Yeah.
like the first Alien movie. I watched that as a kid. The Predator movies,
Ugh,
I watched that as a
no.
kid. I love them though.
I wasn't allowed to watch Sleepy Hollow.
That's a great movie.
My brother was, who's 3 years younger than me, by the way. My parents don't remember this, but I'm like, oh, for sure. So him and my two cousins, like two male cousins. Anyways, so the three of them were allowed to watch it, but I wasn't.
That's bullshit.
Right? Anyways, I mean, I probably would have hated it, I'm sure, because I would have been terrified. But still.
I wanted to watch it. Yeah. I did. You know me. I love horror movies. I can talk about horror movies all the time.
I know.
Um. Yeah. Like that. But like, there's a thing now where I kind of go. I kind of miss when horror movies were more puppet based
Mm-hmm.
and more we made this by hand because
Yeah.
there are moments where you and I are watching a movie and we go, ooh,
That's not going to age well.
that's not going to
Yeah,
age
well, that's
well.
the thing. Using actual props, using miniatures, using like building stuff,
It's going to look so
right?
much
Well,
better.
like the Lord of the Rings movies,
Yeah.
right? Like they did so much in terms of props and miniatures and all that to make it look as real as possible, right? Like a
Yeah.
miniature, you freaking set like a mini castle or a mini boat on fire, and it's gonna look like a real boat's on fire with like the right camera and right angle and whatever, right?
Yeah.
But if you CGI a boat that's on fire, and then 10 years later our computer abilities are that much better, that it doesn't look like that anymore, right? Like,
Yeah.
but it's also because it's a lot cheaper to CGI
It
now
is.
too, right?
Yes.
Like it's cheaper to pay someone to spend however many hours on the computer to program that
Yeah.
rather than paying a group of people and buying all the supplies and then all this, right? And then you
Yeah.
have to deal with the what do you do with it after, and
Yeah.
right?
Yep. But I still want real
I
props.
know. I don't care. I still want them.
I still want them. But if you enjoyed everything we talked about, and
Or not.
or not, or if you want to join the conversation of like something that we talked about, like please send us an email our way. We'd love to have that on our show. But yeah, so if you want to leave us a message, you can leave us a message on our Instagram at Claremy Pod, or you can send us an email at claremepodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, bye peeps. We'll catch you next time on the Claire and Me podcast. I'm Claire.
And I'm Jeremy.